As according to a study, 1 out of 3 students had faced some difficulties in one form or the other during online education. Well, now the question arises: can online education be the future of education? Post the pandemic, everything has transformed itself, from businesses to our lifestyle to education itself. So, in this particular video, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of online education. So, the main objective of online education was to enable students to learn or study from home and save their 1 year despite the pandemic. Online education had transformed the industry or the education industry from a physical based learning platform to a digital based learning platform. Teachers all around the globe came together and taught students using online tools on online platforms. Ironically, education or online education was meant to save 1 year for students, but for several lakhs of students it proved to be futile. While on the other hand, also it enables students to study from home and also save 1 year. This is quite a little bit of complicated, I would say, where I'm posing all the positives also and the negatives also. But in this particular video, I'm going to address all of those problems and I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of education and my conclusion on it. What would be the future of online education, specifically in India? So let's dive into the advantages first. So the first advantage of online education was that it enabled students to study from home. When the world stopped, education didn't. Teachers gave their 100% to make students study from home. Students were able to study for their respective exams and not waste a single year. So the second advantage is distance learning. Distance learning means that geographic location didn't play a big importance in online education. I'll explain this with an example. A student in a village could study or avail the same benefits of online education compared to a student sitting in city. So this was a very big advantage. And the third advantage, or one of the biggest advantage of online schooling, was that it was a student friendly atmosphere. Online education was not teacher centric, it was more of student centric, where a student could enjoy almost a lot of benefits of online education. Like for example, it was not compulsory for many institutions to wear uniform while attending online education. Suitable or friendly times of the lectures were scheduled. Also in many cases there were live lectures as well as the recordings of the live lectures, so a student could attend it anytime when possible for him. Also with the help of online tools, teachers were able to explain better with PDFs, videos, PPTs, and in many cases also the homeworks, deadlines, assignments and exams were postponed. So these were the advantages of online education. Well, as said, everything has its benefits and disadvantages. In online education, benefits are also balanced by disadvantages on the both sides. So the first disadvantage of online education was that there is no monitoring over students. By monitoring, I mean that I think in over 98% of schools wouldn't have any softwares which would keep attention or monitor students while attending classes. By monitoring, I mean that the teachers were not able to monitor a student's mood, students' attention span, students' emotions while studying, while this would have been opposite if it would have been physical classes. So a teacher couldn't even know if a student was in well attire or not while attending the class, or the student had brushed while sitting before, or a student had eating or is eating breakfast during lectures, or student is watching YouTube videos during the time of lectures. So this was indeed a big disadvantage of the online education, which was also a little bit of harmful for the student itself also. So the second disadvantage was that it was the same cost as physical classes. I think almost many of the parents might be surprised when they got to know about the students' fees, because this fees had not decreased but it had skyrocketed to a next level by increasing the cost of buying new laptops, accessories for the laptops like Wi-Fi connectivity, broadband, Wi-Fi setup, earphones, headphones for the laptop, and also in many cases parents would have to make new desk for the student to study, make new eyes, optician glasses specifically to block the blue rays and whatnot. So this was a very big disadvantage as the cost was as same or as more compared to physical classes. The third big disadvantage was that it had many health related issues. I am sure 70 or 60% of the students might have faced some health issues like pain in the spine due to incorrect posture while studying, or migraine attacks, headaches, or eye strains, and so and whatnot. Due to this, there was a very big disadvantage for the student also, and even the teachers also, and reducing the efficiency or productivity while studying or teaching. And the fourth big disadvantage was that issues in connectivity. I'm sure many of the students might have moved to their respective towns due to the situations, and in many towns it is not possible to get 24/7 good connectivity, and in many towns it is not even possible to get 24/7 electricity, due to which the student could not study effectively, though it is not his or her fault, but this also reduces their efficiency and also proves very harmful for the student's career ahead, while this would have been totally opposite in physical classes. So these were my disadvantages. Now let's dive into the conclusion of it. And as according to a study, 1 out of 3 students had faced some difficulties in one form or the other during online education. Well, now the question arises, can online education be the future of education? So online education was a short-term solution to the long-term goal of studying or of education. Well, online education would be followed in places where you would want to get a small degree, like a small certification course or a small learning course from top universities or online platforms like Udemy, Shaw Academy and whatnot. But I would say that online education could not be or would not be followed in places like 10th, 12th, 9th, 11th, college, because these are the building blocks or these are the foundation of our career ahead. Though everything has its advantages and disadvantages, like in online education a person could learn at his own pace, while in physical classes there we are able to create a better bonding or a connect with the faculty, and so is with the faculty, they are able to understand the students better. But I wouldn't say that it would be followed on the basis or the extent to which was being followed during the pandemic. As many of the schools have reopened, many of the schools are having problems that they are not able to connect with the students, or they are not able to assess the students right, while same is the case for students. Thank you so much for your time.